I swear, if I see any of these pals on Rule 34, you're all going to hell. So, welcome back. I've done a teensy tiny bit of building. This is definitely not going to be the last thing. I just scouted out another spot just for mining. I have a bunch of my pals, which I can actually show you. So I have this little mining setup going on for me. I'm doing pretty well for myself, I like to think so. And then I scouted out one more location. I can only hold 3 bases right now. So my last base, it's nothing special. It's on the tippy top of this big ass tower. This is probably going to be like my Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates yacht, where I can just run off to when I don't want to deal with my factory workers anymore. We did fight another boss, so that leaves us 3 bosses. It's going to be really hard to keep up with this just because Persona 3 Remake just came out, and a bunch of other smaller-ish games that I've wanted to play. I'm thinking about getting Enshrouded too, but I'm not a real big like crafting and survival game, but for some odd reason Palworld has me fucking addicted. So, a quick tour. This is the Bezos sweatshop. I got a bar. All of my working tools. Yes. My conveyor belts. My Godzilla is on top of my roof, of course. I got my own personal spa. Just to note that my gill is HCLR. I really hope all my anime fans understands that reference, but I mean, if you don't, Yermangond, watch Yermangond. This is where I'm going to keep all of my weapons after I'm done, because I don't know if you saw or not, but I'm starting to hunt down and track down all the legendary schematics for the weapons. I think I have 3. I have the handgun, which I have one of my pals building now. I have the crossbow, and then I have the hairpin, which I think the hairpin is basically going to be useless because I would prefer to get the top tier of whatever this is left. I want that as legendary. But just remember, you're replaceable. Go back to work. So, I previously had all the beds on the ground, but I wanted more room to build, so I kind of like tossed it into a room. I currently have 3 Anubises nursing in Planned Parenthood right now. So yeah, my red light district, I know, very nice. It's where all my Anubises are coming out of. I was making a shit ton of cakes, but I kind of like gave up on that just because the only reason why I wanted to breed anyways was to get Anubis. Daddy Kingpin's office. I did have a shit ton of treasures in here, but I sold them off, and I got a bunch of high quality PAL oil, and I kind of just like tried to max myself out with the handgun ammo just because handgun ammo and arrows, just because I got the legendary for both of those. My next one is probably going to be the pump action shotgun, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that just yet. I skipped over the second PAL sphere, which I really shouldn't have, just because right around now is when I'm starting to see a lot more like harder Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon. Excuse my please don't take down my video, Nintendo, Game Freak. It was a slip of the lip, I promise. I'm starting to hit a lot of harder pals in game. Um, so I should have two things that I need to build next. I'm going to need that though, just because of my my third area. I should have picked this up. But for some odd reason, every time I kept leveling up over and over and over again, which because I've been grinding bosses this entire time, either off or on TikTok Live. I've been doing nothing but grinding bosses, which I'm kind of cheating. I bumped up the spawn rate of pals in the game options or the game settings, so I kind of have everything kind of how I want it. So I'm going to make my third base, start my third base, work on another boss, and then just clear through the last two. The only other thing is that I'm currently making my daydream a like hidden weapon. Because of the collar, it kind of just follows me wherever I go. I did my best to like get as close to humanly possible to maxing it out without, actively searching for the huge pal souls. I kept breeding and breeding and breeding to get more daydreams so I could combine it with that beautiful thing.
What?
With the Palworld essence, which basically is just if you have multiple of the pals, you can just keep basically juicing up a one specific pal, which I'm fucking loving, by the way. I put myself next to a boss in this one, but it doesn't look like I might have the Anubis. All these other videos are kind of like in a smattering in the playlist, and I apologize. They are completely and utterly not in order, just because every time I did a boss, I recorded on TikTok and on OBS, and I kind of have just been throwing them in a folder, so I do apologize. There is another boss in this video. She was kind of a pain in the ass. When I fought her, I was stupid weak. I think I was maybe, I think I might have been to level 31 when I fought her. Let me see if I can remember. Yeah, I think so. I think I was level 31 when I fought her. And I kind of got crazy with the leveling because I only have 5 more levels until 50. And if I remember correctly, when I was watching TikTok, which, by the way, kids, don't watch TikTok. You'll get addicted like me and then come up with this horrible, unrealistic dream of becoming popular on YouTube. So yeah, don't do that to yourself. It's soul crushing. It's really bad for your self-esteem. If I remember correctly, the last two, or the next two bosses are 45, and then the last one is 50. So I think I'm relatively at a good area to where I should start doing bosses again. I just kind of got myself addicted to breeding, building, and just grinding, which is very uncharacteristically me, because, I mean, I used to play a lot of Stardew, and that was like one of the things that I hated the most about Stardew, was the fact that I was constantly grinding, and I wanted to stop grinding, and I couldn't play certain games because of the grind, which is kind of funny now because that's literally all I've been doing in this game, and I'm clocking in at like a good 70, 80 hours of this game, which is kind of funny because I've never been this extreme when it comes to like a crafting, building, grinding survival game. It's never been my thing. And for some odd reason, when I got into this, that was actually one of the things that I was worried about. I'm like, ooh, there's crafting. I don't think that's gonna be good. But no, completely the total opposite. I got sucked right into this fucking game, which makes me believe that if when Nightingale comes out, I'm probably gonna pick that up, and then I might give Enshrouded a try. Just a little bit. I might live stream it. I don't know if I'll actually make it into a series. It's not too expensive. I mean, it's a little bit richer for my blood, but I mean, I'm the only other games that I have are Final Fantasy's coming out soon. I have the Persona game, Persona 3. I have Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, Axolotl. And then there's another game that I'm totally spacing on. Either way, that's your walkthrough. That's your tour. We're going to jump right into the boss. I don't know if I might do another... I might talk to you again. I'm lonely. Might talk to you again in the end of the video. I'm not 100% sure. Just because I don't know what I'm going to do. Hello, there's a cat on my head. I don't know what I'm going to do... after I'm done recording this and when I step foot into bosses. Oh, raids are a pain in the ass. Burnt down 90% of my base. That's why everything's stone now. They also get... If you put yourself on a cliff, they get stuck on the cliff. Like, they get stuck at the edge of the cliff, even though if you're having, like, those flying pal raids, they, for some odd reason, just don't enter. Which is really weird, so I'm really glad that I put my third base on top of this big-ass tower, because raids have been a pain in the ass. They're also putting rockets, space, fishing, and raid bosses in. The others make sense, but I don't know why the fuck they would put space and rocket ships, but, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'd fucking play it. But, either way,